Hello, I'm Scott Brown, Scott Brown and Associates. Today we're going to ask what to do when a loved one is arrested. The arrest of a family member or close friend is a frightening experience. Even though you may feel helpless, you are not. You can provide invaluable assistance to your loved one by following these suggestions. If you witness the arrest, stay calm. Do not interfere with the officers or argue with them. You could end up arrested and charged with a crime yourself. Encourage your loved one to cooperate. Resisting can have tragic consequences. Try to get information your loved one's attorney will need. Ask the arresting officers why your loved one has been arrested. Ask the officers where your loved one will be booked and how you can bond them out. Try to obtain the name of the arresting agency and the name of the arresting officer. Note the time, date, and location of the arrest. Advise your loved one not to answer any questions from police unless his attorney is present. Tell him to say, "I'm not answering any questions. I want to talk to my lawyer." Urge him not to talk to anyone at the jail about what he may or may not have done. Conversations can be overheard, and inmates are often rewarded for informing on other prisoners. Reassure him that you will attempt to bond him out of custody as soon as possible and help him get an attorney. If you hear of the arrest from others, your first priority is to confirm that your loved one has been arrested and then find out where he is being held. You may be able to locate your loved one by searching for arrest records on the website of your city, county, or state where the arrest occurred. Alternatively, you can try your local law enforcement's non-emergency line for help locating your loved one. You can also call the county jail and ask for the booking department. Be ready with his full legal name, other names he has used, and birth date. The date and location of the arrest and your loved one's current address may also be helpful. Keep your phone nearby. Once at jail, your loved one should be allowed to call. If your loved one calls from jail, get the name and address of the facility where your loved one is being held. Ask your loved one what he is being charged with and for any other information he might have about how to obtain his release. Do not argue with your loved one or chastise him. Do not ask your loved one about the circumstances of the arrest or the alleged crime, and do not allow him to tell you. Virtually all police stations record phone calls. The prosecution will obtain a copy and use it against him. Tell your loved one not to discuss his case with anyone while in custody unless his lawyer is present. This includes police, jailers, and other inmates, no matter how friendly they may seem. Anything he says to these people may be used against him. Inmates are often eager to inform on other prisoners in hopes of getting a better deal for themselves. Reassure him that you are working to get him out of custody and find him a lawyer. Posting bond. If you post bond to get your loved one released, understand you may not get the money back. Bond may be forfeited if your loved one fails to appear at court, or it may be used to pay your loved one's fines, court costs, and attorney's fees. If any bond is left over after the case concludes, it will be refunded to you, less a fee, usually around 10%. If the bond is high, you may need to rely on a bail bondsman. However, bail bond agencies present risk. The fee, which is usually 10% of the bond, is not refundable. If your loved one fails to appear, a bounty hunter may come after him. Another possibility may be for a family member or friend to guarantee the bond and post collateral. Contact a criminal defense attorney as soon as possible. Tell your loved one's attorney where he is being held and other information about the charges you have been able to collect. The attorney can then begin to work immediately to protect your loved one's rights and get him released. So if you find yourself in a situation where your loved one has been arrested, you need some good, sound, solid legal advice. Call Scott Brown and Associates today.